Annyeonghaseyo, welcome to the K-Podcast hosted by us, the K-Generation Club of Taylor's Lakeside Campus. I'm your host for today. My name is Hyu Tong, part of the PR team, and I'm currently studying ADP second year. Let's welcome the three guests of the day. Please introduce yourself, starting from Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm part of the events team. I'm currently studying Bachelor of Biomedical Science, and the year I got into K-pop was around 2010 when I encountered Big Bang Haru Haru in Astro's MTV channel.
Hi, I'm Alia. I'm also part of the events team, and my course is I'm taking diploma in communications. I got into K-pop around 2011, 2012, and I got introduced by them. I got introduced to K-pop thanks to my friend. She introduced me to EXO.
Hi, I'm Yinting, and I'm the secretary of KGen. I'm doing Bachelor of Computer Science Year 2, Sem 4, and I got introduced to K-pop around 2010 or 11 by my friend because she wanted to do a dance cover of Girls' Generation song in a primary school graduation ceremony. Yeah, that's how I got in.
Welcome Amanda, Alia, and Yinting. Before we get into the topic, don't forget to follow our socials at KGen Taylors and subscribe to this YouTube channel at YouTube/KGenerationTLC for more K-podcast contents. So the topic for today is stereotypes and misconception of K-pop. So since most of us have been in K-pop for quite some time, we always hear certain things from non-K-pop fans that is just straight up stereotype of K-pop. So let's start with the first one. K-pop music is all the same. So personally, I feel that K-pop is definitely not the same. Like, you know how we have like different types of K-pop music, different types of concepts. So I assume like people who are not into K-pop thinks that K-pop is just a genre with like people dancing and rapping together. Yeah. So what do you guys think?
Of course, K-pop music, or not all K-pop music is the same. The genre K-pop itself is just Korean pop. There's more to Korean music than just like that element of like that pop. There's R&B, there's ballads, there's hip-hop. There's more diversity in K-pop music than a lot of people may think. They just see like what is the surface, or like what is it, the most popular kind of songs. Maybe that's why their mindset be like, oh, it sounds the same.
Yeah, true. Like my friend also kind of always say that our K-pop song sounds like really bubbly, girly, but it's not actually though. Like they have actually rock style, R&B style. There are many different kind of style. They are not the same actually.
Yeah, I agree too, because one thing about K-pop is that it's a genre that encompasses a lot of different styles of music, and it's not only made up of like only idols. There's also soloists, bands, and other artists in general. And one thing that makes K-pop unique is that the music videos, they have different kinds of concept, like maybe a villain or a dark, or even astronomy, or even mystery, and they cover a lot of styles in order to accommodate to the whole K-pop genre. So I feel like this is just a stereotype that should be changed, so that we shouldn't get these stereotypes in the first place.
Yeah, and also it's like that is what is like unique, I guess, or like what makes K-pop different is like the different concept of music and the diversity of music that K-pop produce is what makes it different. It's not the same. Every music that's come out, like maybe there's somewhat elements that are similar, but they're so different, and that's what makes it like interesting to hear and fun to hear, for other people. So this stereotype is really big in terms of non-K-pop fans who thinks of K-pop.
Yeah,
no, it's not true. Not all K-pop songs music sounds the same. No.
So okay, moving on to the next one. Age restrictions for fans. So people always think that K-pop fans are just teenagers, and especially girls. Yeah. So
oh boy, do they not know? Do they not know? Oh, there are a lot of different genders, sexualities. There's different race, religion. People all over the world enjoy K-pop. Like especially in 2021, or like the newer generations have gotten so much into K-pop with how big it is now. So people at different ages, from kids around the age of God knows like 7 enjoys K-pop too, like grandparents and mothers enjoys K-pop. So there's no age. There's no age in terms of music. You're liking music. There's no age to that.
Yeah.
So,
So
agree,
like
I agree.
when I was in my exchange in Hungary, it's in Europe, I attended a K-pop festival, and it was interesting because like nobody ever heard of K-pop there. It was new for them. But
Mhm.
actually there are a lot of K-pop fans there, like local K-pop fans there. So when I went there, like with my friends and host family, they were really like open-minded and really surprised, like wow, they have this kind of nice music. And they were doing flash mob that time, and surprisingly they were like almost half of them are females and males, like half of them are males, boys, like. And also the age range actually from young to elders also got, like there you can see like old people there also having fun watching them and also listening to music, vibing with it. Yeah, it's not only just young girls or young guys.
See, that's how K-pop impacts us as a society as well. Even small communities, especially like as you said, Yunting, in Hungary, whereby it's like not so famous, but yet the locals enjoy it, which makes it a universal thing. You know, it's like everybody can enjoy K-pop, especially even when you're old or even when you're young. But the misconception in males, that's not true.
the percentage may be a big amount of them are females,
Mhm.
but there are also another larger amount of them are males, and all of them are different ages, round rates of ages. So they're not just teenage girls fangirling over like their guys, basically.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the next one, which is the most, I would feel that it's the most not right one. Okay, which is
I know
all
this-
K-pop idols look all the same.
No.
Oh, the stereotype.
Face
Okay,
palm.
so most of the non-K-pop fans say that, oh, because Korea is famous for their plastic surgery, so all of their idols have received the same surgery to look alike.
This point just fuses like where I don't get where is the actual source of that sort of stereotype comes from, because although yes, Korea is famous for plastic surgery, but it's not like every single Korean is the same one surgeon that actually makes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly.
So
This stereotype really gets the nerve of all K-pop fans. We might, in a way, like find similarities, bits and pieces of people looking. Oh, they have similar noses, they have similar eyes. That does not make them look exactly the same.
Yeah.
No,
They don't come from the same mold.
They don't come. They don't come.
exact that yes, that
Yeah.
is the. I agree to that. Is not the
Yeah.
same mold.
And I feel like this stereotype, I think, comes off from people who are like, I don't know whether this might true, but in my head it is. Maybe it come from people who are jealous. In a way, they're like, oh, they see a pretty or good-looking person, and they just assume that, oh, they did plastic surgery. They all look the same. So like there's nothing unique about them. There's nothing drawing about them. They look girly. They look like it just pissed me off.
All the
It just
jealousy
makes me
there.
mad on the inside. The jealousy. Oh,
Yeah.
they don't look the same. If you look at everyone, if everyone stand in a line, they're all different.
Yeah.
To some
Yeah.
extent, yes, exactly. Imagine like, okay, maybe picking a flower, a rose, and you're just seeing the same type of red rose everywhere, but each individual rose has a different element to it. Maybe it has more petals, maybe it's more vibrant color, maybe it's more pollen, I would say,
Yeah.
in the middle or something. So it's the same ideology. Not all of them look
Yeah.
the same.
Each of them is unique.
And this all just comes from just like this beauty standards of it all. It's just a beauty misconception of K-pop or Korean people.
Yep.
And it's just not just the fact that they look the same. It's also with like guy groups. They have this like, people just put the misconception and stereotypical standards for guys. You're like, oh, they should look manly. They shouldn't put makeup on them. It's another stereotype which it's like, not all guys. Doesn't mean that they put on makeup. Doesn't mean that they're girly or like you should put a label.
Yeah.
Feminine, yeah.
But they're just wearing for their job to look good on stage, in front of the camera.
And all idols are just human.
Yes.
They're just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like us.
They have the right to choose to be pretty, to look good.
True.
They're humans who just happens to have a work setting.
So like the beauty standards in Korea is like they look white, they look skinny, they have like long legs, but not actually like Jessie. Like she kind of break the stereotypical view of how female idols should look like. Yeah, she got tan, and she also got a good body shape. She also got tattoos, but she's confident about it and she's proud of it. Yeah, like we should appreciate that.
She has a very different kind of like visuals or like just the beauty for K-pop than what you normally see of like a general K-pop idol,
Yeah.
Right.
But she looked good in it. Like she fits it.
She rocks it for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, queen. Oops.
She's like literally breaking the barriers and breaking all the like conceptions and like stereotypicals for girls in general, just beauty standards in terms of girl. Like with the tattoos, the tanning, the
job.
The works,
nice shape,
curvy body. You don't really see a lot of like even curviness in like beauty standards for K-pop idols in general. The misconception is all of them are just like skinny
and flat
flat, and there's a lot of girls with like beautiful figures that people just just assume stuff for most of the part.
Yeah. And I feel like the regulations and restrictions on beauty standards in K-pop is one of it got to do with their eating habits and their lifestyle, which I feel like there should be some sort of freedom to some point, because not all of us can withstand certain diets or certain exercise routine. I feel like there should be some sort of individuality in terms of that sort of rules, because like I said, not all of us can withstand. So what if, let's say, this person who choose to be an idol ends up having like a really, really strict eating diet, whereby she only gets to do like eat water or drinks water or something for the whole day, which is not a good lifestyle on the long term. It can actually harm. It can harm. It can do more harm than good. Okay, you may look good. You might have abs. You might have like hydrating skin tone or whatever with the beauty products and all. But that does not make your biological self a good thing. And in the long term, she might actually suffer from dehydration, or worse than that, could be a stroke. Oh yes.
Anorexia.
Yeah, all types of disease. So I feel like the beauty standards in Korea, there should be some sort of freedom in order for them to, gain the benefits yet also have a happy lifestyle. Because
that is like a very generic like stereotypes in terms of like Korean people in general, of how strict of them in terms of beauty. Like they have like this specific beauty in their heads that they must follow,
Yeah.
It's sad. In some ways, it's sad that they have to follow them to be accepted in society.
Yeah.
To look young and to look attractive just for the TV or to the fans or whatever, but they're still human, which is sad.
Okay, moving on to the next point. How can you understand K-pop if it's in a different language?
This just riles me up.
like I believe most of our parents or like friends around us will say like there's no point in listening to the music if you don't understand the lyrics in the first place.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. But what happened when you listen to Despacito in Spanish? You still listen it, right?
Every
Yeah,
freaking
exactly.
member of mine, literally, every
Mhm.
freaking member of my family members, it's like, why do you love K-pop so much? You like it's in Korean, you don't understand it. It's like it's the music, mom. It's the music. I have to vibe with
Yeah.
it. It's the vibes. It's all about the vibes.
Yeah.
And the melody and the rhythm and the beats, you know.
Yes. Correct. I
Mhm.
mean, it's
Yeah.
more than just a language
More than just-
barrier.
Yeah.
Is much more than that, because music obviously is universal. Like, let's say, taking into other people's perspective, whereby like the ones that do not speak English as their first language, that, I mean, you can say that they can also hear like English pop
Yeah.
on a daily basis, and yet they don't understand, but they move, they groove, they
Yeah.
they go, it goes to an
Vibe
emotional
and
level.
chill with it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
chill.
it.
Correct.
Yeah, like you say, like it's a universal music is like itself is like very universal, very diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no barriers. Music, we have many different languages in the world. We come from all different types of like countries and stuff like that. But music is like the only thing that like makes everyone in different languages can speak with one another. You know, they can connect with music.
Yeah,
Right.
true. That's
There's
so
no
true.
specific language barrier when it comes to music. So if your excuse for like listening to a specific, you want to listen to specific music but you don't want to because of the language, this music is not the problem, you're the problem.
Oh.
Oh,
A reality check,
Burn.
guys. You guys are the problem, not the music. I'm sorry.
But though, even if you wanted to understand the lyrics, you have Google Translate though. Yeah.
Best
Google Translate
friend.
is invented for that.
But
sorry guys, if you want to use Korean Translate, please refrain from using Google Translate. Please use Naver Dictionary instead.
yeah, use Google Translate, it can be a hassle and doesn't be trustworthy.
Yeah.
You might
even-
change.
even-
You might change the translation itself and the
Yeah,
meaning.
but like there's
But-
also like other ways to be translated.
Yeah.
There's videos on YouTube that help.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I want
exactly.
to say. Yeah.
There's lyrics videos. Like language should not be a problem with you guys when it comes to music. Literally, language
Yeah.
should not be a problem. Just
And-
enjoy it. Just enjoy the music.
Yeah, and
Correct.
one thing about K-pop music, it's I believe it's the only pop music with like a music video where people actually dance in the music video,
Yeah.
and people like do have different costumes and makeups for different sets.
Production
So,
is very high in terms of
yeah,
Yeah. And the colors they use in the music video is like really striking and really catch your eyeballs and really enjoy it.
What's unique
Yeah.
about K-pop is this what's interesting and fun about it. It's because like the different colors, the production
Yeah.
for it is amazing.
They really put a lot of effort in the production. Like
Mm.
YG Entertainment, they don't really use green screen. Like it's
Yeah.
really amazing that when you see those music video shoots, it's like wow, they actually did that.
yeah,
And it's
Yeah.
at real locations, you see, which
Yeah.
you don't go to that extent, even when it's like COVID or something. But
yeah.
they
That is
still
how
do it.
this is how passionate K-pop idols can be, and which is why like when like the next kind of stereotypical like stuff that kind of bothers me is like how people say like K-pop are just like manufactured products
Oh
or
no.
like slaves to their company, because not generically they do give like some amount of their how you say sales or like their allowance
Commission.
like commission to the company.
Yeah.
Of course, the company helps them, but they also have like this drive. The reason why they were an idol to begin with, you know, is because of how much they love it. It's not because
Yes.
they're just product placement for their company.
Right.
Yes. Like you can't say that they are products because we go to school. We can't say we are manufactured by the school. Right.
We're still
Yeah,
students.
exactly.
True.
That's all.
Yeah.
And it's through the learning process of being an idol It's
and they
not
are,
only just being down on a certain company.
yeah, and they're just going after their dream and what they are passionate about.
Just
Yeah.
go through this training session that seems like a robotic slave kind of thing,
Mhm.
but it's what they're just like basically like us learning in school.
Yeah.
Like us learning day to day, like going to university, going to school, like we're learning to get us a job in the future. It's the same thing with them. Their
Yeah.
journey of training is leading up to their job.
Okay, so the next one is K-pop idols are not talented at all and they're performer, not artists. Okay, for this one, right, I have to agree, like, they are really not artists because they, like, I know some of the idols do produce their own songs and choreograph their own dance, but then most of the idols out there, they are just singing, dancing, and rapping on stage, and their songs are given by their in-house producers or they are choreographed by a professional choreographer. So I really agree with this one. But then at the same time, if you say they are not talented at all, that's not true. Because without talent, how can they be on stage, right?
How can they
Right.
debut?
Yeah.
How did they go through those auditions beforehand or like
How did they
getting
get into
recruited?
Yeah,
Exactly.
because the company see value in them, see talent in them. That's why they invest.
Right.
But
Right.
like coming from that, like I get where you're going just now, done with the element, the fact that they're talented, but like they're not really considered artists. I mean, like, true, but also there are certain idols that
Yeah.
shouldn't be just labeled as an idol. They are artists. They're great. They're great at making like music. They're producers. They're choreographers.
Yeah.
Company. It's just sometimes the company does restrict their idols from doing something at times, which is kind of sad. But there are idols that are great artists.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I just don't want this stereotypical like type
Cover up their talent.
to cover up that
Yeah.
like great quality in them that makes them like an actual true artist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, following up to that also is like, how do you say, it's all about the amount of ability that they have, maybe as a singer, as a rapper. It's the potential that they may be good at it that actually companies and labels, all of them, they actually plan the idols specifically sometimes in order to bring out their abilities to the maximum level and
Yeah.
allow them to perform to the best quality.
To actually make them great artists, not
Yeah.
just generally idols, to make them become like the best artists that they can be. You know?
Be right, yes.
Yeah, there are also a lot of famous songs that are written by their members themselves, like G Idol Latata. It's written by their own member.
Yeah, members.
Soyeon. Yeah.
There's a lot of artists out there, just like K-pop idol groups, like members. They're trying to break that like stereotypical like just idol who just sing, dance, rap, and just
Yeah.
making their own music, making a voice for their group and themselves to just like really goes out with like their good music, just showing who they are, you know.
Right,
And
Little fun fact here. Woozi has written like almost all of their songs for
Oh.
17 since pre-debut up until today. So
Nice.
appreciate Woozi as the producer of 17.
you need to appreciate
Right.
Woozi. Hold on for a moment. But like just not
God
just
bless.
Woozi, like we're taking Woozi for example, like he just does not only like he makes songs for his own group, he also like sometimes like being considerate as he is, he like gives his can you tell I'm a big Woozi fan? Like he tends to give like, his own like produced music to like other groups, like like IOI's Downpour, he gifted the song to them, and like we just need to appreciate how great he is. I'm sorry, not just him, but like everyone.
The whole K-pop industry, they
Yeah.
have the right, they have the freedom to actually do that, to bring out the popularity of K-pop as well. It's not just simply for marketing purposes or whatever. It's based on their talent It's
Yeah.
based on their abilities, their passion.
And genuineness. They're just raw person, human being who just wants to just be themselves, make music, doing something they love, guys. And
Yeah.
this stereotype shouldn't be the reason that kind of brings the K-pop industry down, or just the K-pop idols itself, or the fandoms. We're not and the fact that these stereotypes can be restrictive towards like other non-fans trying to go into K-pop, that
Right.
shouldn't be the case, because music, K-pop idols, they're human, they're just music. Like we don't need to put any assumptions, stereotypical in them, because we just shouldn't, to be honest with you. It just makes life hell.
That would just bring down the whole industry already.
Yeah.
At that point.
Because I feel like in a way that like K-pop idols, they're expressing their feelings through music.
Yes.
So like that shouldn't be stereotypical. People like shouldn't
Yeah.
put that label on them.
Yeah. And the majority of them also take part in the production, like give their opinions, like how this part should like make this
Yeah.
feeling more out,
Right.
like to like send their emotions to the public and send the message they wanted to. Yeah.
I mean, not only they are musically talented, some of them can be athletes as well.
Not their
Ah.
I mean, the fact that maybe some of them participate in, let's say, Running Man, is so that they can actually enhance, I would say, and bring forward to their
ability.
interpersonal skills, and also like other skills, not only just musically talented, but that's the diversity of K-pop,
They're also humorous.
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah.
They're just literally human beings. They're just doing their jobs on a regular basis, like just doing things that they love, and we love that.
Yes.
We-
Although there are ups and downs throughout the stereotypes and all, but we appreciate.
It's a bi-directional love.
Alright, so we are going to be wrapping up today's episode. So if you wish to stay updated on the show, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter at KGenTailors, and subscribe to this YouTube channel at YouTube/KGenerationTLC. Once again, thank you so much for coming today, and stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. And thank you so much for listening. So now we are going to say 안녕히 계세요, which means goodbye in Korean. 감사합니다. 안녕히
안녕히
계세요.
계세요.